In my age group, in our building, we were playing tennis ball cricket. I was batting well, reasonably well, and scoring runs. I'd like to believe that I was one of the main batters in our team. But my brother Ajit was watching me, every now and then he would kind of keep an eye on me because there were two age groups, and my age group and then senior guys who would play alongside my brother in our building itself. The dream was to join my brother's team, that age group, go and bat there and hold my ground there. Do not look out of place there. So that's how it all started. But without any doubt, if we are talking about somebody spotting that spark in me, it has to be my brother Ajit.
True, our family knows us the best. Our family is the wind beneath our wings. Well said, Sachin. Matthew Hayden said, I know God. He bats at number 5 for India. So what has been motivating you all those 24 years when you were playing for the country? What kept you going? What's the center of your motivation that keeps you out there, up there all the time?
It was my dream. I mean, in 1983, I was only 10 years old. I did not know much about cricket. I enjoyed playing the game, but as far as the intricacies of the game was concerned, I had no idea. Everyone started jumping because we won the World Cup. I also joined the party, not understanding the significance and the enormity of lifting the trophy. I looked at Kapil Dev holding the World Cup and I said, even one day I would like to do the same thing. This is something I should start chasing, and that's how my journey began. Along the way, there were a number of good moments, there were not so good moments, disappointments, unbelievable moments which only a sport can give you on the field. And I felt that passion in me was very much alive. I had never ever looked at the watch. When I was practicing, it was all about how satisfied I was. And if I wasn't satisfied, practice sessions went on and on, to the extent where Achrekar sir literally had to drag me out of the net, say that we can barely see each other, but why are you still continuing to bat? You need to stop. You come back tomorrow morning at 7 o'clock. And so on and so forth. The practice sessions went on and on. I chased my dream, and I strongly believe if you are passionate about something, there are a couple of kids that I can see here, chase your dream. There'll be difficult times. Never lose hope. Passion is something which continues to breathe with us till the end. It never leaves us. And that is the case with me. It took us a while to win the World Cup, but the best part was we never lost hope. And the best day was today, few years ago in 2011 of my life.
Let's give it up for today, a few years ago.
In 2011.
2011, that's it. So on a lighter note, just to make the evening a little light and humorous, people say that when Sachin goes out to bat, people switch on the televisions and now iPads or whatever device and switch off from life. What has been your most humorous moment on the field that you still recall standing here many years after?
There were many such moments, but one moment I remember we were in Kochi, and this is something the whole team had planned. So as soon as our practice session was over, we went back to the dressing room and we asked the support staff, including our head coach, that time John Wright was our head coach. We told John, we need space in this dressing room. We only want the players to be in this dressing room. There is some serious matter that we want to discuss. So John was wondering, now what is this serious matter that the team wants to discuss, and I am not part of it. The physios, the masseurs, trainers, everyone was taken out of the room. And then we asked Saurav Ganguly, who was our captain at that time, कि दादा तुमने क्या statement दिया है team के against? Because there are a couple of guys with newspapers, And the front page headline was, Dada has spoken, rubbished the team basically. So we were monitoring Dada's face while all this was going on. There are a couple of pranksters in the team, so it was well planned, well orchestrated. And all this drama continued, and there are a couple of guys just couldn't control their laughter. And later on, दादा वॉज लाइक मैं कसम खाता हूँ भगवान की मैंने कभी कुछ ऐसे बोला नहीं है टीम के अगेंस्ट एंड दिस एंड दैट एंड आई एम टेलिंग यू अगर ऐसे हुआ तो यू कम एंड कैच मी एंड वी आर लाइक वी आर पार्ट ऑफ वन टीम वी आर वन फैमिली एंड हाउ कुड यू गो एंड पब्लिकली क्रिटिसाइज अस. आज डेट है 2nd of April. ये हुआ था 1st of April. So we had planned, we'll get couple of printouts and then we'll corner Dada. And Dada actually succumbed to that. Dada didn't realize that it was 1st of April on that day. But the whole team had planned. And Dada was like, मैं वापस कभी ड्रेसिंग रूम में बैठूंगा नहीं अगर मैंने कुछ बोला है ऐसे तो. In reality, he had not said anything at all. This was planned by the rest of the teammates.
Wow, you guys would have kept a poker face all through the game that was being played out. Did he come back to you after that saying something? Yeah, why did you guys do this to me? So Sachin, you've always said, I don't want the world to remember me as the best cricketer. I want the world to remember me as the best human being. People have called you God, Master Blaster. You've been at the pinnacle of glory. But one thing people have also always said that you are humble, you're grounded. How do you keep your humility and your sense of grounding together when there's so much that's exalting you to such heights and, if I could say, feeding your ego? How does one stay grounded? What's been your trick on that?
I mean, whatever I performed, there were good days and bad days. The mantra at home was, from my childhood, the mantra at home was, let the whole world talk about the last match, we think about the next match. There were no big celebrations as such, there were no big parties. If I did well, then a box of sweets was offered to God, and we just thank God for this day, this moment. And that's about it. I mean, I touched my parents' feet and moved on. There was no time to think about how well did I bat or this, that, nothing. My brother would immediately engage me in the next game, and my focus was not to just do well at school level. My focus was to play for India. So I would constantly ask him, what next? Forget about what has happened. What is next now? Which tournament? If I do well there, then where do I go? Because I wanted to play for India. I did not have patience. So in that process, I was so engrossed. And I think the person that I am today is a reflection of my upbringing, my family. The credit goes to them because my father was there, my mother was there, and I could see the difficult times, the challenges that they were facing. Though at times I was too small to understand those, but as I grew up and become a parent, and that time you understand even more the sacrifices that they have made. And just because I have done well in my profession doesn't give me the right to behave the way I want. I still have to go back home and show my face to my mother, my family, my wife is there, everyone is there. And if I'm loud and arrogant, that will be totally unacceptable at home. So if I'm not so loud, humble, polite, doesn't make me weak or any lesser than anyone. If you get loud and your body language doesn't make you bigger than anyone else. So sometimes they say less is more. So that is really, really important. I learned a couple of things. When you don't have anything in life, it is important to know how to manage. And when you have everything in life, it is important to know how to behave. As long as you maintain this balance, life goes on.
That's so beautiful. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a big round of applause. In this world which is so pretentious, I think such grounded advice is very important to young minds as well as all of us sitting in this room. Thank you, Sachin. Thank you for that. Truly brilliant is usually brilliant by design, and when we hear your stories, we understand that brilliance is crafted. it's meticulously curated, and it's with wanting to do the next, like you just spoke, wanting to get better every time. What's been your journey of true brilliance? Because it is such a coincidence that Celeste is also crafted as brilliant by design. It's come after a lot of years of work and collaboration. What's been your ethos, your personal sort of journey towards brilliance, and how have you crafted it as you went along?
I think, numbers, like I said earlier, it is all about hard work. There are no shortcuts. You have to spend X number of hours to be the top of the top of the, I would say, table where one desires to be, one wishes to be. And I think I've realized in life that if I take shortcuts, I'm fooling myself. You know, whole world can see the numbers, but eventually when I go back and I sit in the room and I look at myself in the mirror, that satisfaction element cannot be judged by any outsider. That is only judged by oneself, and that is one number no one can see. So if I don't tick that box of having given 100% every time I entered the field, because for us it was representing the nation, a huge honor. You know, how many guys get to do that? And that's all I wanted in life. I didn't want to be anything else in life. So if I don't do justice there, if I don't take that extra step, when number of guys, I've played alongside quite a few guys who felt that it's the end of the journey and I cannot go any further. That is where, the passion, the desire to take that extra step further and do something more where success is actually waiting to embrace you. That is important. We don't take that extra step. We take a U-turn there, thinking that it's the end of the road. It's not the end of the road. It's only a bend, but you continue your journey. And that is what I did in life. I never lost hope. I keep talking about hope because that is one thing which allows you to take that extra step. And that's all I did. I mean, I tried to keep things simple. The more you complicate, the more complicated it gets. So the idea is to keep learning new methods, but at the same time not to forget your roots, where you came from and what you've learned. Because I still remember, now there are newer methods of coaching, but whatever Achrekar sir taught me at Shivaji Park, basics did not change. Basics continue to be the same, just that naming certain levels are different today. Level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4 coaching, it's different, but I don't think the basics change. So just to keep things simple.
I think it's beautifully said. Every obstacle is not the end, it's the bend, and you have to climb the mountain as it bends and curves you and takes you up. I think that's really the core of what Celeste is. It's so flawless, both internally, and has no blemishes on its surface that makes it really, really interesting. This is a very special moment for us, Sachin. It's a decade of your 100th centuries. It's a milestone birthday coming up. So we had to create something that was completely flawless for you, the D-flawless. So how has been your experience in this journey with Tanishq as we curated these 100 stones, each of them so unique that only 1 in 10,000 can be found in the world? What's your impression about when you see us take this journey? What are the parallels you draw to yourself?
Well, first of all, I have to say that this is a great team to work with.
We didn't plug that.
A big thank you to Tanishq for paying this tribute to me. I remember while growing up, I was always fascinated by jewelry, and as the time went by, started understanding more for obvious reasons. I have a 25-year-old daughter, so that means I've been married for longer than that, with wife and daughter combination. Whether you want or you don't want, you get to know about jewelry, which is also a good thing because, this collection.
For men also, by the way.
Yes, so I was just coming to that. So this collection with my whatever knowledge that I've gathered from them, I was able to share that with Team Tanishq. And Celeste is a collection which has really won my heart. Uh, it is obviously around my cricketing moments, my journey, and when the two combine, because I've always believed, I've always said that individuals can win you a match, but never a tournament. So if we are to win a tournament, both teams, my team and Team Tanishq, they both have to come together and win the tournament, and that is what we are here for. The collection is simply remarkable, and a brand like Tanishq, it stands for honesty, that transparency is there, that trust is there. When you talk about Tanishq, you don't go and explain to someone that, this is really nice and it's a genuine product. Tanishq stands for the trust that people have in the brand. So to be associated with a brand like this is a wonderful feeling. Like I said, it's the collection, the Solitaire Collection is really, really special, whatever I've seen, and I'm sure we are very soon going to see that.
Yeah, thank you. I'm very tempted to ask this question. What's been your favorite piece in this? I know you spoke to us earlier about it, and a beautiful interpretation you gave of it. Can we have that piece, and can we have you talk about it?
Carrying that piece in my pocket.
Oh, lovely.
I'm carrying that piece in my pocket. Should I be showing it now or in time to come? But that's a brilliant piece, because the moment I saw that, the first thought came to my mind, because there are ideas that we have. It's like painters. The painting is ready in their head, and so is the case with designers. The design is ready in their head, but for the rest of the world to see, I'm going to show it soon. It really, brings a smile on your face. And the first time I saw this in real life, the thought which came to my head was multiple hands holding the trophy, the World Cup trophy that we won in 2011, which we'll be seeing shortly.
There was something you did to disrupt the brilliant designs of opposition fast bowlers by using the cut above, or the Sachin patented uppercut to deal with, I think, short balls to the body, and that was your innovation, which perhaps...
It kind of started in 2002. We were playing our first test match in Bloemfontein against South Africa. We'd lost 4 wickets, and then Sehwag and I had this partnership, and we were going, quite well. And that's when they brought on Makhaya Antony to bowl short of length just onto our body. But because he bowled in swinger, so he had to start a little bit wider. So once you've picked the line, the eye line, usually a batter, I'm not going to get too technical here, but usually a batter picks the line. And the moment the ball is outside the line, then you decide to cut. You pick the length and you cut. So that was actually Makhaya Antony's stock ball. And he said, isko stock ball agar dalne denge to apna momentum chala jayega. So that's when we started playing uppercut over slip cordon, because test matches, there is no third man. So we thought if we could score runs off his stock ball, then that would put them on back foot. And that happened for the first time. It wasn't planned at all early on. There are times when you have to go there and then in the middle you have to be spontaneous to understand what is happening around you. As long as you have peripheral awareness, you're able to take those decisions, and we did that.
And who can forget those fantastic uppercuts to Brett Lee, and perhaps even Shoaib Akhtar in the World Cup in South Africa?
Yes, I remember that shot.
So Sachin, any chance you can do it for us on stage today?
Oh yeah? Okay.
Can we have a few bats here?
So what do you say, folks? Shall we?
Would we? Yeah?
I don't think he's going to do it if we don't encourage him. Uh, I don't think that was encouragement enough. Can we have it even louder?
This one is for you.
For me,
Yes.
of how not to do it. Okay.
This
Yeah.
working? Yeah. Nee, suddenly to catch me off guard, thank you very much. Is outfit mein, but I'm going to do it. It's
Can
a
I hold
wonderful
it?
occasion. So, let me just tell you, okay, play Pakistan, it is always a big game, and especially a World Cup match. मुझे याद है कि एक साल पहले लोगों ने शुरू किया था कि जो भी हो जाए ये मैच जीतो, बाकी के मैचेस का जो भी होता है होने दो. So I said, we don't think like that. We want to win all the games. But that is how people think. And then, we started preparing for that game. And before a big game, obviously, I have this tendency of preparing and visualizing everything. So at night also, I was not able to sleep. I was thinking, how will I play the first 10 overs and then we can, because, looking at their bowling attack, it was possibly the best bowling attack at that stage. And their strength was to pick early wickets and then put the opposition on back foot. So our planning was, after they had scored 274 runs, the plan was not to lose early wickets. But once we went out there, the game just took over, the momentum was with us, and we decided कि जहाँ मिलेगा बॉल मारने के लिए मारना चाहिए. Then we were also, Sehwag and I, exchanging few dialogues, playing mind games, जहाँ पे उनको भी पता चले कि क्या हो रहा है, because we understand Hindi. तो जोर जोर से हम एक दूसरे के साथ भी बात कर रहे थे, where the bowlers and the fielders could hear us कि कैसे मारना है, क्या करना है and all that, and keep doing it. So I'm just going to play a shot which wasn't planned, to be honest. It just happened. Shoaib was not bowling that quick. सिर्फ 150 ही डाल रहा था. If I had blinked at the wrong time, ball शायद निकल जाता था. So one had to be, aware of what was happening around. I'm going to just demonstrate. I saw the length, and like I said earlier, you pick the line when the line is slightly outside your right eye line, then you know that a cut shot could be played. So I'm just going to make an effort to recreate that here. I need you to also join me.
You
We'll go
ready,
step by
Arun?
step.
Should we give a countdown? Yes? Do you want to do a countdown? Yeah? Yes. I want all of you to go 1, 2, 3 with me. Yes? Will we do that with Sachin? Okay. 1, 2,